His striking's way too elite. Buckley beats Gary. Yeah, Joaquin Buckley would be a tough fight for Ian Gary. Because I don't think he would be able to take down Joaquin Buckley as easy. Joaquin Buckley's big, like. I mean, we've seen him be in there with middleweights and all and have success, yeah. I think Joaquin Buckley would beat him. Although I thought Ian Gary looked good. Anthony Smith, low-key Hall of Famer. Well, he did invent that new move of just curl up in a ball. Crazy that's his retirement fight, though, and, like, I mean, it's funny for me to say, just sat here, like, but I would have wanted to see more from him. Want to see Buckley versus Bilal. Buckley needs one more win, in my opinion. I think Buckley TKO's Usman. You look like Tapore's brother. Islam versus Ilya. Ilya beats him. Bo Nichols next week, I think. What card are we on about here? Are we on about the boxing or are we on about UFC? Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the card was good. I enjoyed it. Prime Jones beats Aspinall. I don't even think Prime Jones would beat Aspinall, to be honest. Daniel Cormier's legacy is better than John Jones. What makes you say that? That's not the first time I've seen that. And I know what you're going to say about the cheating allegation. Hamzat finishes DDP in one round. Fuck. I don't think he's going to do that. Gene Silva will be champion. Gene Silva won't be champion. Let's stop saying that. Did you get that t-shirt at the fight last night? Yeah, I mean, they give the t-shirt away for free and a load of other stuff for free. I'll have to make a TikTok on it and show you. Conor Benn didn't win. I think Ian Gary's show last night. In fact, in Ian Gary's last couple of performances, MVP, I know he lost to Shavkat and the Carlos Prates fight, he's shown that he actually is not just like a good striker, or I don't think anyone ever said he was an elite striker, but everybody was talking about his striking. In these last few fights, he showed that he's a complete mixed martial artist, in my opinion. Yeah, Eubank done really well using his jab early on, then he just had to fight with Conor Benn. But in the 11th and 12th, I think that's where Eubank really took it. I think Joaquin Buckley's the dark horse of the division, like, I really do. Petr Yan, top 10 skill-wise of all time. Paul Hughes is UFC caliber, yeah. Paul Hughes is really good. Bryce Mitchell is the best light heavyweight. I think Ian Gary can give Bilal problems on the feet, yeah, but I think Bilal Muhammad will just be able to out-grapple him. Yeah, that was such a good fight. Buckley's a tough matchup for Bilal. Thoughts on last night's main event? I've seen people complaining about the fight online, but I don't think it was that bad of I don't think Ian Gary Prates was a boring fight. Like, I really don't. I think people are just complaining about it because Ian Gary won. Oh, I'm not going to be sitting here like in a month's time or a year's time, be like, I need to watch Ian Gary, Carlos Prates, but it was like it wasn't shit. Like Covington KO's Usman. Yeah, that's an outrageous take. Why would you say that? Yeah, the fight was good. Connor can come back and be the champ negative. Yeah. Nah, Taporia's not the greatest featherweight of all time. It is Volk. John Jones smokes Aspinall. You think so? Right, here's a question. Is Mighty Mouse actually top 5 all time? Because in my opinion, top 5 all time comes down to like names on resume and accomplishments. Obviously, though, he's got so many title defenses, so that's a massive accomplishment. But the names that he's beaten hinder him a wee bit. Yeah, it's gonna be shit to see Dustin go. Don't know why I'm saying it as if I fucking know him. Ian Gary, I don't think Ian Gary will be champ. Yeah. Khalil Roundtree, I think he's overrated. Yeah, no, that actually is true. The flyweight division did nerf Demetrius Johnson. Nah, Islam's pound for pound number one. Ilya, in my opinion, is pound for pound number two. Yeah, the Ian Gary hate is about force. Like it was funny, like when everyone was saying about his wife's ex husband lives with him and all. Like that shit was hilarious, but no, it's yeah, it's just the same shit now. Although Ian Gary does have next level delusion, like I mean BJ Penn level of delusion. Like I wouldn't be surprised if next week Ian Gary makes a video saying his wife's been cloned or something, because some of the takes he has are fucking outrageous. Yeah, I think we will see Aspinall versus John Jones. I think when the UFC announced they've signed with Netflix, they announced John Jones, Tom Aspinall as the main event of their first card. I just can't see Usman beating Buckley now. I just can't. No. Winner of Ilya versus Islam's not the best fighter of all time. Yeah, Roundtree is. I think I think Ilya knocks out Islam. Nah, Volk's the best. Yeah, that was a good win over Cameron Simon. Yeah, I don't think Burns is gonna win. But like, why is that fight being announced like 50,000 times in about 10 million different events? And now it's headlining the Apex. They need to get rid of the Apex. It's fucking ass. Hopefully that is a stipulation in the Netflix deal. Might be Burns' retirement fight though. This one. No. Zabit overrated. Pimlet is good. Paddy Pimlet is good. I think Whitaker wins. Volk top 5 all time. Don't hate it. I could definitely argue for that. Rose Namajunas, is that who we're talking about here? Prime Tony would have got absolutely smashed to pieces by Habib. Easy. If Holloway beats Poirier, definitely an argument to be had. He should be fighting for the title. He beat Gaethje and then he'd have beaten Poirier, two top 5 ranked guys in the lightweight division. I'd like to see Pimlet Orman. Imagine Pimlet Orman fight night main event in Liverpool. That would be good. Zabit had almost as bad of cardio as Michel Pereira. That guy's cardio is non-existent. Yeah, yeah, that literally was. It's like international fight weeks on hold because they need to see what happens at UFC 315. And UFC 315 is 2 weeks away. Yeah, I thought Ian would beat him by decision, but I didn't think the fight would go that way. Yeah, Ian Gary does have good fight IQ. Bilal does not beat Islam. I think you do Sean Brady Shavkat to see who fights for the belt next, and then do the winner of Usman Buckley versus Ian Gary next to see who's after that. Who does Kyle Bralho fight next? Mentally, he's still not got a fight book. Well, the UFC have said DDP Hamzat is a done deal, so we don't need an interim title. I would like to see Bralho Whitaker. Aljo Arnold Allen. Ilya beats Bilal. It's a big jump up for him, like in terms of weight. Yair Rodriguez will never be a undisputed UFC champ. Who should fight Charles next? Paddy Pimblett's an option there again. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Paddy fight Oliveira. I was gonna say Max, but Max is fighting Poirier. It could be Ilya versus Oliveira. You don't know. I think it's more likely to be Oliveira to Poirier than it is to be Islam versus Topuria. Volk and Holloway are better featherweights all time. I agree. I would like to see O'Malley in the featherweight division. You've got Lopez there as well. Like, I suppose he's a star. I think Max will beat Poirier this time round. Aljo beats Yusuf Zalal easy, in my opinion. Or no. Aljamain Sterling, Gene Silva. Make that fight. I need to see Gene Silva be fucking ragdolled by Aljo for what he done to Bryce Mitchell. Yeah. Murad Pantoja, that was the fight to make. I don't understand why they didn't do that. Nah. I don't see Poirier submitting him again. Murad dominating the featherweights for 3 years. No, I don't think so. Anyone who... I think Cameron Simon's probably going to get cut. Conor McGregor is a featherweight goat. He's not. I was going to say why they're giving Aljo someone so low ranked, but I suppose Aljo is ranked, what, number 9 or something? Why should Holloway retire? I think to beat Murad, you're going to need to stop him. And I think right now in the bantamweight division, Sean O'Malley has the best chance. Hot take, Jones beats Aspinall. I don't even think that's a hot take. I think a lot of people are blowing that fight out of proportion. Shara Bullet, overrated. Can't lie. MMA's Jamie Vardy. Aspinall is good. What makes you think Pantoja has the best chance? I could see Pantoja subbing him, like, but Charles beats Ilya. Ilya knocks out Charles inside 2 rounds. No. I'm telling you, Jones Aspinall will be the main event of the UFC's first ever card on Netflix. Yeah, I think he should fight the winner of Usman Buckley. Yeah, the heavyweight division is it's pretty like the UFC. I think they need to go out and just sign a load of regional heavyweights. Like I wouldn't even mind a Dana White Contender Series just dedicated, a season dedicated to heavyweights because the division is ass. Not an Ultimate Fighter series. That show's just boring now. Contender Series. Nah, not the Ultimate Fighter. Gaethje doesn't deserve a title shot. Yair doesn't. Gene Silva definitely doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we need some new heavyweight prospects. Like once John Jones fights Tom Aspinall, what else is there for that division? The rematch. That's it. If Aspinall beats him, Ilya versus Poirier would have been better than a trilogy where the guy's 2-0. I know, but go back and watch their second fight. Their second fight was great. Yair after another fight. Yeah, Yair's one win off. Nah. Yeah, CM Punk would have caught him in the GTS. Like that's obvious. Buckley KO's Ian. Yeah, I think Joaquin Buckley would beat Ian Gary. Who's beating Hamzat? Hopefully DDP. Hopefully Droikus. Although Hamzat has to be the favourite for that fight. Ilya will beat Islam. Correct. You think Chandler's will? Who rates Michael Chandler? But like he delivers fun fights, but Bam Bam for saying I went 1-5. Yeah, I think that's what. Or no, I think Dominic Reyes should fight Rakic. I think you do Dominic Reyes Rakic next. I don't think that makes sense. DC's better than Jones. Someone else said that earlier. I don't think so, but that's just me. Yeah, Pantoja needs to be inside the top 5 pound for pound. Although Rakic is pretty low in the rankings though. Habib is overrated. Jones beats Aspinall. Good chance that could happen. Although I do think Aspinall will beat him. DDP beats Hamzat. Again, it's another close fight. I'd like to see DDP win, but I don't know. Zhang Ming Yang won't be champion. Let's not say he's going to be champion because he just beat Anthony Smith. Let's not lose our minds here, please. Wait, let me see. No, I don't think he is above him. I don't think. Let me check the rankings here quickly. Now, Rakic is ranked number 6. Reyes is number 8. Shara is overrated. Right, let me see how the new YouTube video's doing. Honestly, see if you go back and watch McGregor, Chad Mendes. If Chad Mendes had a full training camp, that fight could have played it out a lot differently. Yeah, I don't know why Rakic is so high up. Ilya is the next Cody Garbrandt. When's the Conor versus Jones fight happening? I think it's happening in like 10 minutes, bro. Jamal Hill. Armin Sorokin is being done dirty, though. I can't lie. No, it's UFC 04, mate. How are you, Evie? Bilal KO's JDM. No. I actually think JDM might KO Bilal. Islam beats Brock Lesnar. Jones loses to Almeida. No. Armin mauls Ilya and Islam. Negative. I think so. Duplessis will beat Shemaev. Close one. Carlos had him in the fifth. Yeah, but he lost every other round outside of that, pretty much. Apollo, disagree. Yeah, like what one are you on about the Max Holloway knockout? The Korean Zombie Volkanovski matchup was horrible. Like he was just so outclassed and shouldn't have been in there. Ilya. Yeah, Brady's performance over Leon, one of the best we've seen this year. Tom Aspinall is overhyped. By what deal, by. Couldn't disagree more. The prior fight was ass. No, it wasn't. It looked fake. John Jones is the GOAT. He is. I know, but if you're picking DDP to win, you're heavily relying that he's going to outlast that early 1-2 rounds against Hamza, which is hard to do. Although Gilbert Burns done it, so Islam has done more for the sport than John. No, Islam has done more than Habib. He has. What's happening, mate? No, I think Volkov would lose to Jones. I think Jones would be able to take him down in 7. Ilya to stop Islam inside 3. Thank you for the follow. Paddy never becomes champ. There's no way you think all the top 5 of the welterweights beat Islam. How? Aljo's above Dillashaw all time. Yeah, the relationship that Dana White and John Jones have is weird. They're moving like Frank Ocean and Peyton Talbot, to be honest. What's happening on Rampage, bro? Protest beats Ian Gary in a rematch. I know you love the fraud check title in the video. DC top 3. DC is underappreciated. I think we can all agree on that. Islam beats GSP. But Gene Silva's like 2 wins off being near a title shot though. They will fast track him. Yeah, they probably will. But like realistically, he is thing. Almeida, they might do Almeida. He called out Tom Aspinall, so they might try and do that. Yeah, what's happening, mate? Islam's trying to move divisions because he's scared of him though. And if Ilya knocks out, like if Ilya knocks out Islam, like where does that put him in terms of all time? Because that there is fucking unbelievable. Volk, Holloway, Islam on your resume. God bless. Yeah, and the fact they're going to be like, oh, John Jones has just beaten the record for the longest heavyweight title reign. Yeah, but he hasn't fought. He's not active. He's got 1 title defense against a fucking pensioner. I think Tom Aspinall would knock out Almeida. No, the new belts are better, I think. Zhang won't be champ. Yeah, John Jones. I know. Next champ from Britain. Trying to think of who's coming up that has a good chance soon. Big parking. Yeah, Kevin Holland does beat him. Yeah, go ahead, drop a boxing hot take. Let's see what we think. What would you say you know more about? Don't really know. I mean, I do train. Well, when I can. Like, I'm not overly consistent with the MMA training, but I do train at least like once or twice a week. But I am just a big fan of the sport, to be honest. I'd like to see Islam go up to the welterweight division, but I want to see the Ali Islam matchup. Thank you for the rose, man. Evloev beats Volk. Good chance. You think Lomachenko's better than Floyd? No. No, I'm a mega casual when it comes to boxing, to be honest. Like, Floyd was so good at picking his opponents. Are you accepting guests? Yeah, if you want to join, give a hot take, of course you can. Let's get you in. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Demetrius Johnson isn't a top 10 fighter of all time.
Isn't top 10? Dude, I've been wondering, is he top 5? Top 10 might be a bit crazy, but why do you not think he's top 10?
His resume is horrible. He lacks the quality of wins. He fought in the worst division of the history of the sport. It was about to get shut down 3 times. Tim Elliott won the Ultimate Fighter, and he immediately got a title shot against DJ. He got title defenses against Toki Norigami. He got title shots against people like Tim Elliott, like people you don't even know. You can't even name any of their accolades. He only has one good win against a young Henry Cejudo, but that was Henry Cejudo when he had 4 fights in the UFC. And Henry Cejudo is not a natural flyweight. Most of his wins were at bantamweight. And then he came back 4 years later when he was in his prime, and then he beat DJ. So.
Yeah. No, I do get what you mean. Would you say, though, it's the same for the likes of other older fighters? Like, would you say now we're getting to a point where names on resumes kind of have to count for a bit more than just a load of title defenses against plumbers?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the quality of wins. You can't just fight people who are Uber drivers or plumbers and just being like you can't do that. Like, he fought Ray Borg. Okay, John Dodson. Okay, who's John Dodson's best win? A tough win over TJ Dillashaw. Who's Benavidez's best win? A tough win over Henry Cejudo. Nice, awesome. What happened in the rematches against both of them? TJ and Henry Cejudo won the rematches in a real fight.
Yeah, no, look, I don't think that's a bad take. The top 10 is might be a bit of a stretch. I could see why people don't have him top 5. But yeah, I do think we do have to start to consider names more.
Listen, everyone's saying it's a bad take. When a division only has 12 ranked fighters, it didn't even have 15 ranked fighters. Only had 12 ranked fighters. That's how bad the division was. It was going to get shut down 3 times. If you made it to top 15, you immediately got a title shot because that's how bad the division was. And you could say he dominated the division, bro. What division did he dominate? Can you guys name me one ranked fighter that was fighting at the time, other than Henry Cejudo? You can't.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Do you think the heavyweight division's kind of going that way, though? Right now?
Well, okay, the heavyweight division, this guy just said Tim Elliott, bro. He fought Tim Elliott after he won the title defense. What are you talking about? No, after he won tough. Dodson's not a good fighter, bro. Heavyweight thing is there's a plethora of fighters in heavyweight. That division only had 12, 13 ranked fighters.
Yeah. I actually didn't know it only had 12. I'm trying to go through who was all ranked in my head. But yeah, it's a forgettable division. When Demetrius Johnson was at the top of that division, it was forgettable.
Yeah, but no one wants to talk about the 50-45 loss to Dominic Cruz. What about that? No, but listen, if you want to count the Cejudo win when he was 4 fights in the UFC out of his prime and out of his weight class, and you have to count the 45-50 loss when DJ was out of his weight class and not in his prime.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good take. Well, I understand your points. I think you've made good points for this take.
He doesn't have a single elite win.
He doesn't have a single elite win. Well, I suppose, yeah, what you were saying about his Henry Cejudo win, it's like aged good, though, if you know what I mean. Like, at the time, it wasn't. Yeah. No, at the time, like, it wasn't the thing. Like, at the time, it didn't seem like a really good win. But now, in hindsight, it's a good win after seeing what Henry Cejudo's went on to do.
I mean, I guess, but again, that was out of the same thing for the Dominic Cruz win over DJ.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, that was good chatting to you, mate. Speak to you again.
Wow.
Look, that guy came prepared. Right, I have a couple of things I need to read through before I go here. It's very cool to know about you. I didn't know you trained that. What was my I had a boxing fight there and I had to be 63 kg for it. How long have I been training? On and off for a good couple of years, to be honest. Started boxing when I was 16. Started MMA when I was 17. But I've been very inconsistent, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Aspinall will beat John Jones. But yeah, that guy actually he's passionate about that point. Like, he was passionate about that point. But I'm going to need to go because I need to get my dinner. But I enjoyed this. I'm going to do this later on tonight. I'm going to come live. I'm going to get people in, hear their hot takes. And we'll see if we agree or disagree with them. I'm hoping everyone's as passionate as the last guy was. Right. See you all again. See you later on. Yeah, I think DJ has to remain top 10, but top 5. I don't know. I think the world's waking up.